Here we go. Disney Animated Film Tournament Round 2.
That wasn't my air horn.
No, never mind. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, you'll add it in
So
post.
I'm excited for this one, right? I'm excited for all the lineups that we have in round 2.
Dude, these are so strong.
For the losers in round 1, aside from maybe Lion King, I didn't really like those movies, or I haven't seen it. But in round 2, I'd say I like all of these movies.
I wouldn't.
Much harder.
I don't think it's going to be much harder, in my opinion. There's several in here that I would say, oh no, I have to choose. But there's also like 2 or 3 that I'm just like, dude, this is not a contest.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I do see a few. Should we introduce them anyways?
Yeah. Go ahead, Kenny. List them off.
All right. So, for the matchups, we all have the Emperors. Wait.
Where are we at?
I'll cut myself back because we have a special guest. A guest that should not be a guest. A person who should be here with us. Connor, can you commit?
Can you commit right now?
If I can lay in my bed, just.
Oh, maybe not then.
Oh, dude.
Maybe not.
No, it's fine.
You're gonna have to see it.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. We can just tell him what we're talking about. Like, he doesn't have to see it.
Here are the matchups for round 2. The Emperor's New Groove going up against the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Peter Pan going up against Treasure Planet. Atlantic, The Lost Empire going up against Zootopia.
Dude, that Lost Ocean?
Wreck-It Ralph going up against Aladdin. Moana going up against Meet the Robinsons.
Another oof.
The Little Mermaid going up against Mulan. Alice in Wonderland going up against Tarzan. And Pinocchio going up against Lilo and Stitch. Now let's gather ourselves. Let's gather ourselves and approach the first matchup. Round 2.
Okay, dude. This is so hard.
This one's hard.
This one is...
Okay, I think these are like the most polar opposite films on this list.
Yeah, one's very serious. One is so serious. And
the other's super seriously funny. Oh, I forgot to put the images up. I'm so sorry.
You're so sorry. I will say sorry for you. But like the Emperor's New Groove is just, I think...
It's very consistent the whole time.
Well, it's not just consistent. It's just more enjoyable. Like, when you watch a movie, right? When you watch anything, entertained. And when I watch Emperor's New Groove, I am entertained the whole way throughout. Even if I know what's going to happen, I can rewind.
This is round 2. So, and we just voted Atlantis over Zootopia.
We did.
We haven't finished round 2 yet, so we should probably continue.
Yeah, we haven't finished round 2. Should we just act like there hasn't been a big break?
nothing happened, right?
Oh no, nothing happened.
There was like
absolutely not.
A weird influx in the time realm, you know? Something weird happened.
Try again.
Okay, there was a war that happened.
The war?
There was a war.
Disney.
It was the war.
But we're legally obligated not to talk about it. So we have to go back to how it was previously.
Yeah, according to Alan's doctor, we're not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah. And according to Alan, we're not allowed to talk about that either.
No, don't talk about my doctor, please. It's very personal.
Okay. So, getting back into round 2, match 4 of round 2. How did I announce them last time? Match 4 of round 2. So now we got Wreck-It Ralph going up against Aladdin.
Oof.
What are your thoughts? Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph is a okay movie. It has no real music except for like the lyricless soundtrack, and then like I don't know, man.
How about that
good animation?
That bubblegum racing game where they were
I'd play it.
Doing that thing.
That's not what we're talking about.
I'd play a video game of this game.
Of Wreck-It Ralph?
You obviously didn't, because it came out on the Wii and no one bought it.
That makes sense. I have not watched this movie.
You haven't watched Wreck-It Ralph?
I watched Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Cameron, let me
Uh-huh.
tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Wreck-It Ralph as well.
Oh,
Are you
ooh.
But I did
serious?
watch Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Yeah, we watched it together. I know.
We did watch it together.
I thought
I
you
don't
watched the
understand
original.
what this thing is. Why do
What?
you fucking I don't get it. Why do you watch a second movie
I don't
and not
know.
watch the first part?
It's just something that
It
happens.
was just on Netflix at the time, and we're like, "Hey, let's just watch this."
Did we watch it together?
I think
remember that
so.
right?
I was watching it with Mary when everyone was coming over, and you came over when we
Oh
started.
yeah, that's
it.
right. That's right. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember this.
So it's really Cameron's fault that I watched Wreck-It Ralph 2
it
before Wreck-It
really
Ralph 1.
is. And if
So
we're-
my vote, right? Let's just get right into the vote because
oh
me
yeah,
and Cameron have a clear winner.
yes.
So I want to vote for Wreck-It Ralph. No, I want to
Why?
vote for
I haven't
Aladdin.
seen the fucking movie.
I want to vote for Aladdin, right? Because I am omitted from this vote, and Wreck-It Ralph is apparently an average movie by Alan standards.
Look, man, you can't just. It's so rough. Why did you pick movies that you haven't watched? It doesn't make sense.
I picked movies that were popular and
Uh-huh.
ranked pretty high.
Obviously not popular enough because 2/3 of the fucking audience here hasn't seen it.
That's fine. We know
That's
about
fine.
it. That's all we need to
Okay.
know.
Tell me your vote.
Me, I'm voting Aladdin, dude. Like, it's
Yeah.
not even a contest.
I
Like,
mean,
you guys
Aladdin's
didn't
so
watch it. I
good.
was already gonna vote Aladdin beforehand.
I mean, even if I did watch Wreck-It Ralph, I think I'd vote for Aladdin. From everything I know from it,
Okay.
Aladdin's just classic.
And Wreck-It Ralph is not classic.
It will never be classic. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I don't think
Give
it
it
will
10
be.
years.
I still don't think it'll be classic.
It might be classic.
Well, what defines something as a classic? Like 10 years?
If you look at something fondly that is old, that is what I consider a classic.
Huh. Okay.
Or something that I think like Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, that's a
Mhm.
classic.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's like
You know, like
That's
yeah,
fair.
do you,
20 years.
do you understand though? Like do you get the metaphor?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Or like Moby
I
Dick
just
is a
want to
classic.
sort of define the time frame, where it's like, oh,
I
that's
think
a
it's like
classic.
10, 20 years
10, 20 years? All right, that's fair. At least a decade.
at least.
But getting on to match 5 of round 2, we got Moana and Meet the Robinsons.
Make way.
Now, me, right?
Ooh.
I fucking love Moana. And
Yeah.
I also haven't seen Meet the Robinsons.
So this is between Alan and I for the most part, I think.
True. I'll just throw in my pitch saying that Moana probably has my favorite Disney soundtrack. Ugh,
Oh, really?
love it. Yeah. Just earlier today, I was driving up to the high school to help teach as a student teacher, and throughout my entire 40-minute drive, I was just singing the Moana soundtrack. Oh,
Oh, sure.
great.
Dude,
Passes time so easily.
Shiny carries so hard.
I unfortunately don't know the lyrics to Shiny because it's so hard to follow.
It's so good.
It is so good.
Big gold. What is he? A hermit crab, or is he like a lobster?
It's like a hermit crab.
He's a
yeah.
crab. He's a crab.
He's a crab. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, I've seen both. You've seen both.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Wait,
that's all
no.
you
I
have to
mean, like you
offer?
get like Cameron. I want you to tell me just off the get go which movie do you think deserves to go on?
I mean, before we get to that, I think we should talk about Moana. And the
Moana
things
is
we
a
like about
movie
it.
with famed wrestler
What's
Yeah?
his name?
Michael
Wouldn't
Jackson.
he?
That's it.
Michael Jackson?
I don't remember his
Oh,
name.
I thought you
The
were gonna
Rock.
say the Big Show.
It's
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh yeah, he plays him well. Plays him
He
very
does play
well.
him well because he just plays himself
Basically.
in every movie. But the movie itself is, I think the story is interesting.
Mhm.
I think the way they incorporated Polynesian culture is
Mm-hmm.
interesting. I think it's a good movie. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
What's
How
some of
about,
its strengths
like-
though?
It's
Okay.
got good music, good visuals. It's just I think it gets a little boring at the end.
Ooh.
It does. That's fair.
I think
I'll
it
also
gets, like-
say, right? They also take one of the staples of the Disney friend sidekick animals, right?
Yeah,
I
there's,
totally forgot that Moana had a pig sidekick.
well, it had
This
a
was a
chicken
chicken?
one.
It was a chicken.
It was a chicken.
Oh man, I totally forgot about
The
that.
pig one was at that pig stayed on the island. It didn't come with them.
No, it came with.
Did it?
No, the chicken came with.
The chicken came with.
I'm pretty sure the pig came with too.
No, you're
Maybe
lying.
we watched a different movie. You watched?
Maybe I don't remember the movie as
Maybe
well as
you're
I think.
stupid.
Don't say that.
Stop,
What do you mean?
dude. My IQ of 2 says Moana is a pig who went on. Oh my god, never mind.
Moana.
Take it back.
Did
Underwater?
you just call Moana a pig?
After praising her movie,
I was gonna say she went with a pig, but then I shortened that
You
up
messed it
because
up.
I have an IQ of 2.
It's okay.
Tell me your votes.
no, we have to talk about Meet the Robinsons.
Do we?
We already did.
We already did,
fine.
but I mean, we
Yeah,
can.
we
Comparison to
already did,
Moana.
but what does it bring that Moana doesn't?
The wacky humor.
It's got more characters,
It's got way more characters.
and this
Is that a
has.
good thing?
I honestly think it has better comedy. Well,
has
it uses each of its characters as like a comedic. What is it?
You.
Like it's comedic relief.
yeah,
All of them are comedic relief except for the main 3 characters.
they're like
which
very
are Overhat
exaggerated
Man.
characteristics,
Yeah,
which I like.
and it's like it doesn't take away from the experience
Mhm.
because you're going into the future where everything's a little ridiculous.
Is it in the future?
I just want to fucking kill
I don't think it's in the future.
Cameron. They go into the future.
There's literally I remember
they?
a quote from the trailer that I
Cameron!
watched.
Well,
on
I remember
Disney
the
Channel.
T-Rex.
There's a
They
kid
go
that goes,
into the
"Let's
future.
go to
The
the
whole
future."
point of the movie is that the kid is the man who invents time travel, and then the kid, his son, takes him back to the future. You're such a stupid piece of shit.
No.
Cameron, have
Oh
you
wait,
ever
no, I know
heard
what you're talking
the
about.
Disney
Yeah.
Channel song "Year 3000" by the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a bop.
Okay,
There
I
you
know what
go.
you're talking about now. I totally
There you
forgot
go.
about the time travel. I thought it
It's
was
like one of the main parts of the story.
okay. I'm thinking of the original children's book story where there
The,
was no time
the book
travel.
about the old man.
The book about
About
the
the
old
weird
man
family?
who lost his
That's
teeth.
not what a movie.
No, it was just a very crazy family with exaggerated hobbies. And that's all I got from it.
I swear to God, dude.
But I really did like Meet the Robinsons, even though I totally forgot about time travel.
It's literally
It's the entire movie's about time travel. I don't know.
It kind of is. I wouldn't say it's about time travel, though. Arguably.
True, it's about time travel as much as Field of the Future is about time travel.
Exactly. I totally agree. The one thing I like about Meet the Robinsons is that it has a clear villain who actually has a story. Moana, I don't know the villain other than the crab. And he was on screen for maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15.
True, there wasn't like a clear villain. The villain
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
this mountain lady.
I guess the villain is just the
impending
journey
doom.
itself.
No, it's the impending doom of the islands are gonna get swallowed up by I don't know.
Oh yeah.
The
That's
volcano
something.
lady.
Yeah, it's a curse or something. I do love the coconuts though in Moana. That was like my favorite scene. Remember that?
What?
The coconut like floating island. Remember
Oh,
that?
you gotta remind me about that one. I don't remember
So
that
they're
at all.
pirates.
They're pirates.
The coconut pirates.
Nope.
They're like minions.
Dude, it's like
Nope.
the best
Like-
best part. They're better
You
than
don't
millions.
remember the coconut
My
pirates.
my favorite part of Moana is Dwayne the Rock Jackson
Dwayne the Rock Jackson.
when he was singing "You're Welcome,"
Uh-huh.
and I couldn't stop looking at his face because he was making some wild expressions.
Sure.
So that was my favorite part of Moana.
Okay, okay.
I don't
That's
remember
fine,
the
that's
coconuts.
fine.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was so good though. Those
Well, tell me your
characters.
vote. Really, I've been
No,
waiting.
I'm-
all this time.
okay, well I'm voting Meet the Robinsons because it's a better movie.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. That makes it hard on me because I know
You were just gonna vote for the one that got the least votes, weren't you?
But you always do that, Alan. You always vote for the upset.
Yeah, because I feel bad for. But like,
you can't say that. You can't just feel bad for someone to vote for them.
yeah, but if I know they're gonna win, do you think I was gonna vote Moana, dude? I think that movie's overrated. I think it's a good movie.
This is really hard because I really love both of these. What should I base it off of? Moana has better animation. Meet the Robinsons was.
That's not fair though. That's not fair.
No, everything is fair in this tournament, Kenny.
Fair. Never mind.
Kenny, stop talking.
Moana has actual music. Moana has an actual cast.
Bro, Year 3000 is a banger.
Okay, they do have Jonas Brothers. That's a huge one up.
They do have Joe Jonas.
And I love Goop. Goop as a character is so good.
That's true. No, don't tell him. Don't ruin it.
I'm not gonna tell him because we're gonna watch it together. Jeez. I think I'm gonna have to give it to Moana. It has more memorable scenes in it.
I disagree. You forgot about the entire part of time travel.
Exactly.
I think that's the point.
That's the point. The only thing I remember from Meet the Robinsons is Goop and the T-Rex. That's about it.
Oh.
But Moana has the coconuts. It has the You're Welcome song.
But apparently Kenny doesn't remember the coconuts.
I don't
remember the coconuts. I'm giving it to Moana. It's overrated, but it's overrated for a reason, Alan.
No.
Moana goes forward.
I don't think it does.
What can I say except you're welcome? As we move on to the next matchup, The Little Mermaid going up against Mulan in round 2, match 6.
Okay, dude, this is a toughie.
Let me get the
images.
The pictures, yeah. It takes a while to
I'll wait. This one. I've unfortunately only seen The Little Mermaid once, but goddamn, do I love Ursula as a villain? Ooh boy.
She's a good villain with an actual kind of reason for being evil.
And she's so charismatic.
What do you mean? She's just evil.
She's evil, but
she has a motive.
Charisma that I just.
Why does she want a motive? To just rule the ocean?
She wants to take that girl's beautiful voice.
No, but that's
no. She gave. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess.
People, Cameron, do you watch movies?
No, I don't.
No, she just wants to rule the sea.
Well, yeah, she wants to overthrow Atlantis.
She just wants the trident. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I mean, yeah, Little Mermaid, dude. Ariel's got that, classic. She's that classic Disney girl. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I do think Mulan is the better movie, unfortunately for me. Mainly because I just like Eddie Murphy. And
Eddie Murphy
adds so much to
the dragon.
Right? And if you think about the side cast of The Little Mermaid, you don't really have anybody holding up
the lobster
the movie other than maybe
the
Sebastian.
Jamaican lobber.
What about
Flounder?
No,
Flounder.
I don't really like Flounder.
The seagull.
That's Nemo.
No, there's a seagull in Mermaid. I totally forgot about it.
I honestly forgot about the seagull as well. I remember the seagull. It's just that I didn't really like him as a character. He was never really a favorite for me. I don't remember this seagull.
The only characters that I liked out of Little Mermaid was Ariel, the prince a little bit because the prince was kind of like funny to mess around with.
Oh yeah.
What?
Maybe I'm thinking about the extended universe of The Little Mermaid, but I remember just
so.
watching some funny scenes about him, so that might be cheating. But
is he a prince? I thought he was just like a sailor.
No, he's a prince, right? He's a prince. He has a castle and everything. Am I remembering that correctly?
I'm gonna be honest. I watched this movie a crap ton as a kid.
Yeah.
But
you don't remember a single thing about it, do you?
I remember a lot of things about it, just not the things you're bringing up, which confuses me.
Did we watch different movies? Do you remember
don't know.
Kiss the Girl? Remember
I
that?
remember that. Yeah, where
Okay.
she's in the boat
Uh-huh.
with.
I just want to ask Cameron, do you remember seeing like a big iceberg and like a walrus?
No.
Okay, well then we're not thinking of, because this movie does have a sequel, which is also pretty okay.
Oh yeah, I've watched that once as well, and I think I liked it. But isn't that
Confusing
where
series.
Ursula turns into a human girl? And it's really weird.
Cameron, I'm going to stop you right there before
Yeah.
you say anything that embarrasses you further.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
fix my
Ursula
mistakes.
turns into Ariel in the original movie, right? And because she like tries to steal the prince or something like that.
I don't.
Or no, she tries to convince Ariel about something. I forgot about the motives. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The motives are kind of all over the place with this one.
It kind of is.
And that's just what makes it that much of an inferior movie to me. But I do like it a lot. But gotta be Mulan. It's gotta be Mulan.
I would vote. I don't know. I both love and hate these movies.
What?
I need to think. I need time to think.
Should we talk about Mulan and how it might be
Yeah, talk about
superior,
Mulan.
inferior, whatever? I like Ariel a little more as a character than Mulan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, because she just wants to go out and explore the world.
Yeah, she's kind of dumb
collect
as shit.
treasures.
But, she learns.
And she is kind of what's it called?
Stupid.
She's just clueless,
naive
about the upper world, and she's got that naivety that's really adorable.
You mean naivete?
I don't think you're right. But you could be.
Yeah.
You've been consistently wrong.
I know.
Step back.
I know. I like the lobster.
Lobster.
But I like the dragon more.
Everything you say is wrong. He's a crab.
Yeah, I like the dragon. Is that what you said?
Is he a crab?
Sebastian?
Yeah, is Sebastian a crab?
Sebastian's a crab. Dude.
He's the lobster, I thought.
Oh my god.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no.
How are we supposed to debate these movies if you can't get the simple facts right?
Okay. You're gonna hate me even more.
Say it. I want you to say it.
I went to Disney World as a kid.
Uh-huh.
And as a child, Ariel's one of my favorites, and I got to meet her for the first time.
Awesome.
Okay. And I instantly cried because I was so happy. So that's a 1-up for me for that movie.
So, did you actually cry though?
Oh yeah, I cried. I was like 5 or 6.
That's kind of badass.
She
my
dazzled
dream.
you with her beauty.
Oh hell yeah! But Mulan is, I think, a better story. More action, which I like. The music, like I said, Mulan is my favorite soundtrack of all time in the Disney.
I think,
verse.
Dude, Cameron, your girlfriend just called you a simp.
My girlfriend just called me a simp in the chat. That's okay, because it's true.
Hey, Cameron.
Yeah.
I was gonna. What the fuck? I think Mulan suffers from the same thing that Moana does, except in the inverse sense. So Mulan starts out pretty cohesively and then just goes off the fucking rails.
With the Han?
Yeah, like during the middle of the movie, after Shen's parents get killed or dad gets killed, it just goes fucking insane.
You mean after the village is like burned down?
Yeah.
Pretty sure her parents don't factor in until movie 2 or something like that.
No. His parents, because they die, or his dad dies.
Does his dad die in the first one? Really?
It's like nobody watches this fucking
It's been
movie.
so long.
I don't remember seeing his dad in the first movie.
You never see his dad. Well, you see his dad. He leaves camp, and like the first scene you ever see him in is like, "Hey, you're gonna be general of this camp," and he takes away his big funny hat with him, and then they find his big funny hat at the burn.
Oh yeah. Never mind. Yeah. You got me.
His big funny hat.
Tell me.
Tell
me more about your thoughts on the Little Mermaid. Actually,
Little Mermaid. it's just I think the themes there are very consistent.
Mhm.
But now that I've explained it and I've thought through these movies, I'm probably gonna go with Mulan just because Little Mermaid's a little boring.
Ooh.
It is a little. It's more dated. It feels more dated.
It's just a little
Hmm.
boring. Like it's okay if your movie's a little boring. Like it's fine. Like the movie's enjoyable.
Mhm, mhm.
But there's like very little stakes.
It's not exciting, right?
I mean, she
Not until,
lost
like-
her voice.
Yeah, she lost her voice, but bro, some people are just born with no voice. Like, what am I supposed to say?
Oh, I guess. Well, Mulan wasn't born male.
No,
True.
but she also isn't.
But
like,
she
an
also
actual-
went through a lot of internal strife. You
She
know,
did.
remember
Yes.
Reflections?
Yes.
Ooh, dude.
But
When
yeah.
will my reflection show Mulan wins?
Okay. Is that what we're deciding?
What's the vote?
Cameron, what do you vote for?
I'm voting Mulan, even though the Little
You're
Mermaid.
a simp. You're no longer a simp. I revoke you of your simp title.
Thank
You're voting
you.
against. You're
Oh, I
voting
love
against the
Mulan.
Little Mermaid.
It's really the music that does it for me.
It really is always the music.
Hmm.
That's
The
what you got to fall back on. So
Defining
it's
factor of
Mulan.
many Disney.
Yeah. Mulan for my vote.
All three.
Yeah, like if I really play the movies back in my head, Little Mermaid just a little too boring for my taste.
Sure.
Mm.
I want to be dazzled, you know.
Wanna
And
be
the best
super
movie, because
nice.
that's what we're talking about here. The best
Ooh.
movie,
Mhm.
Okay. I like this.
and the best
next
movie
one.
better fucking dazzle. I was not dazzled.
Well, how about these next movies? Are they considered the best? Match number 7, Alice in Wonderland up against Tarzan.
I feel so bad for one of these movies.
I don't like Alice in Wonderland.
Oh,
I
really?
watched it once and I just didn't like it.
I
I think
understand.
It was like an acid trip, right? And
Kind of.
watching it as a kid, I was just so stumbled throughout the entire movie. I just
Because it's supposed to be an allegory for what she goes through in real life.
Yeah.
And
I
you don't
get
get
that.
that as a child. Like you actually do not. It's just like, hey, this girl just stumbled into a magic forest,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not understand at all as a child.
Yeah.
I liked the funny cat. I liked the Mad Hatter, and the Queen scared me.
I like that caterpillar that's constantly high.
I don't like the caterpillar. He made me uncomfortable.
The caterpillar is pretty weird.
True. The Cheshire cat is super good.
Yeah, he's
So
just
iconic.
class.
And the Mad
Literal
Hat,
class.
or Matt, is it Hatter?
Yeah, Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his
is
bunny accomplice that no one gives a shit
such-
about.
I
Did you
kind
guys
of
see
like the bunny
the
too.
live action Alice in Wonderland?
I did. It
I
was.
did, yeah.
Kind of hurt my soul, but you know.
It was weird.
Dude, we
I-
got a
Oh.
sequel. Remember that?
Yeah, it did get a sequel, and it was worse.
I didn't hear anything
Did you ever
about it.
see Tweedledee and Tweedledum high definition
right.
real life people?
Ooh,
It made me so uncomfortable to watch.
I don't know.
I erased that.
I feel
erased
like
that.
this is kind of an easy win.
Easy win. Tarzan?
But-
Tarzan it is.
Yeah, I love Tarzan. I also really like Alice in Wonderland. It's such a good adaptation from a book.
Adaptation.
Stop
Okay,
it.
but let's just go back a little bit. Why does Tarzan beat Alice in Wonderland? Very simple. All right, very
Animation.
simple. Dynamic movements.
Yes.
You see when Tarzan goes on the jungle and he does a little like foot thing, like he's skateboarding on the trees.
The foot, yeah, sure, yeah. I
Dude,
remember that
that's
in Kingdom
sick.
Hearts.
Yeah.
That's badass. Does Alice in Wonderland have anything like that?
She falls
No.
from a clock
Transports
tower
to another
or something.
world. That's pretty wild in itself.
Yeah, she
No,
gets
it's not
easy
badass.
ride.
though.
She shrinks.
Tarzan's badass.
Tarzan is badass.
He literally jumps off a fucking cliff.
But Tarzan doesn't have nipples.
No, but he's got balls.
What is going on? You took this in a whole different direction. Okay, what's the story of Alice in Wonderland even?
I don't know, dude. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. She's just trying to get home. It's a very simple story.
I mean, she falls
Um,
asleep in a tree. She falls down this weird hole.
And then she
Uh-huh.
wants to
Rabbit
touch
hole.
the rabbit.
She follows the rabbit.
She wants to
Rabbit's
touch the
like,
rabbit.
just like a clock. And then
Yep.
she
She's
follows the
running right.
rabbit. encounters the doorknob, the sleeping
He
doorknob.
just meets a bunch of people. That's it.
Yeah,
Bunch
that's
of
it.
wild
That's it, yeah.
creatures.
What's the story of Tarzan though?
It's
Dude.
about a boy who was left alone in the woods and gets brought up by a bunch of apes or gorillas. I forget.
Jungle, not woods.
I think
But,
it's
yeah.
gorillas.
It's a lot more interesting, and then he reconnects with his human self, and it's cool.
Yeah. It's also got a lot of heart in it, you know.
It does have a lot of heart, a lot of family message,
Mm-hmm. It
sense
has
of
Phil
belonging.
Collins.
Phil
Yes,
Collins.
Phil Collins.
Takes the soundtrack to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Alice in Wonderland just cannot compete. I'm very sorry. It's a good
not
movie.
Very true.
With that said, let's cast in our votes.
Alice in
Kenny?
Wonderland gets 3-0'd.
3-0'd by Tarzan, unless
Okay.
Kenny says otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. The next one. You want to
Next
introduce it?
All right. So the last matchup for round 2, we got Pinocchio going up against Lilo and Stitch. Now, I'll be honest, right? I'm terrified of puppets, and even seeing puppets in 2D form still gives me the fucking jitters. So I absolutely despise Pinocchio. Just the insinuation that there are puppets, I'm just like, fuck no.
That's very understandable.
Kenny, I hate you.
No.
Pinocchio is such a good story.
It's a wild story.
It could be
though.
whatever you want it to be.
Kenny, it's such a good story. I'm
not denying
if
that.
you really if you compare Pinocchio, it's very much a similar kind of story to Tarzan.
It's a little more mystical, I'd say.
Well, yeah, no, obviously,
a little more
it's like the setting is different.
But everything in Pinocchio is just a little more fantastic, right? Tarzan, it's got that element to it where he was raised by gorillas, and they did,
Why are you guys talking about Tarzan?
Look, I'm comparing Pinocchio to Tarzan.
We're comparing Pinocchio to Lilo and Stitch.
I take that back. Lilo and Stitch is also a little bit fantastic in the way that they're aliens, but it only plays with that. Like in Pinocchio, there's like a fairy godmother, then there's like turning magic, his nose grows long and like he turns into like a donkey at some point. I totally forget why. And they also get swallowed by a whale.
It's like you don't understand the story.
Dude. Pinocchio has such a wild storyline.
They do a lot of things.
Like it's supposed to be about a puppet who wants to become a real boy and live a happy family with what's his name? Geppetto.
Geppetto.
Ginocchio.
And then you have his conscience, the grasshopper, Jiminy Cricket, which I love. But it goes down this deep dark hole that's at the bottom of the ocean, and that I could be totally wrong, but for some reason I thought it was about capitalism halfway through it.
Oh, really?
It's kind of part of it, part of it. A little bit,
the puppet show, yeah.
Because there was the whale is capitalism was the theme.
No,
I'm going into weird territory here, but just hold on.
I feel like you may have taken the movie during an English class.
Maybe.
And they told you to view it through like a socialist lens.
Say that again. The whale is capitalism.
Whale is capitalism.
I don't think the whale is capitalism.
Small businesses whole. But the weirdest thing about it is the donkeys.
No, it's not.
It is. That came out of left field for me as a kid.
I mean, I can understand why you would feel like it's coming out of left field. It's
terrifying.
It is terrifying, dude.
They're turning kids into mules and just working them to the bone.
Yeah, but do you understand like the point of that, like thematically?
I do.
With the story.
I mean, you explain it.
Okay, Kenny, do you understand it?
Yeah, to an extent.
Tell me. I want you to tell me what it means. I'm testing you right now. This is English.
Why they turn kids into mules?
Yeah,
it's gonna be. It's like the sweatshop kind of situation where they want kids to be working and contributing to society at an early age.
So here's the thing.
Okay, fine. School.
I'm just going to tell you. The island that the kids are at is called Fantasy Island, and the kids keep turning into donkeys the more bad things that they do.
Oh. See, I erased that.
And they smoke cigars. They drink alcohol. They fuck around. It's the whole island, and it's literally just telling Pinocchio, "Hey, you're kind of a fuckwad. Don't turn into a donkey. Don't turn into an asshole.
Do you think that's what it means?
Do you
Yeah,
think
dude.
that's what it means?
That's wild.
And then like they get sold back.
yes.
So
Well, doesn't Pinocchio
what-
like escape or something, and then he goes?
Yeah,
into the
Pinocchio
ocean?
escapes, but the little boy that he was with ends up in big jail.
Yes, I do remember that. It's like on the same level as Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's kind of terrifying in different ways.
Yes. Dude, I love both of these movies. Lilo and Stitch is such a banger.
Well, yeah, let's talk about Lilo and Stitch for now. It's such a feel good movie. It's so different. These movies are so separate.
They are very different movies.
you know,
So
I think
here's the thing. We're at the cream of the crop right now. We've
Yes.
yeah,
gotten rid of all the trash.
with Pinocchio, I feel like it's a story, a tale telling some sort of life lesson, a lesson to be learned. And with
Mhm.
Lilo and Stitch, it's more about just having
It's more about
family
enjoying the movie, right?
Yeah.
connecting. You know, you're connecting like a.
It's a
through
lot.
family
It's a lot
message.
simpler to understand Lilo and Stitch than it is
Right.
to understand Pinocchio.
Sure. We talked a lot about Lilo and Stitch the previous round, I know.
Yeah, dude. I love Lilo and Stitch.
So I mean, now let's cast our votes, right? Because
Sure.
what do you prioritize? Would you prioritize a moral lesson over a family message? Let's vote.
Dude, this is no. Can you give me a second? This is very hard. These are my favorite movies.
Not,
my
no
favorite
more
movies.
waiting. No one's gonna wait for you,
I
Alan.
mean-
no one except maybe Cameron.
I
But
mean,
I
I'll
won't let
wait.
him.
You guys cast your votes. Cast
Casting
your
the
votes.
vote
Okay.
at Lilo and Stitch.
You're casting in Lilo and
'Cause
Stitch.
I'm Kenny. Yep.
He's gonna.
I'm gonna
Boy.
give it to Pinocchio just because it's a very memorable movie to me. There's so many weird stuff.
You've
going
really
on.
made it harder for me.
I know. With Lilo and Stitch,
Really made it harder.
I'll be honest, I don't remember most of the story or the
Mhm.
events that take place. I get all the feel good stuff in my head with Stitch dressing up as Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Just all the weird funny stuff. I don't remember the plot though.
He just wants to be a real boy.
I thought the plot was kind of pushed aside in that movie.
I need a dude.
They're both great movies.
They're both so good, and I don't want to. Objectively, I think Pinocchio is the better movie, but I think subjectively, I love Lilo and Stitch a lot more.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So just take that however you want. I'm not gonna tell you. Just interpret that vote.
You
Which
have to give the
Yeah.
ultimatum.
no,
You
I don't
have
want
to do something.
I don't want. This is painful.
You have to give
This
it
is
to
actually painful.
You have to give it to one, or maybe the audience can decide for you.
Fuck,
but
you just give it to Pinocchio.
Just give it to Pinocchio. Okay. All right.
All right,
Pinocchio
then. All right,
wins.
Then. Pinocchio.
What a wild
Fuck
turn of
you.
events.
I feel like this is gonna happen to me more and more as we go on.
The next one's going to be super hard for you. I know.
Dude, you better prepare. Or
Prepare?
if you don't vote, I'm gonna tell you to rip a hair out of your chest. That's right, a hair.
A
Oh,
single
these are
hair?
easy for me.
No, the last one I'm talking about.
Oh, ooh.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us on round 2 of this Disney tournament matchup. See you in round 3.
See you there.